this roster.
You know, if I was Cloud9 right now, I would probably go after Zen. I think that's probably going to be their best opportunity at creating space, because it's going to not have Discord on Surefour, and Surefour and Debit have had pretty good attacking together so far in this tournament of getting rid of the enemy Zen. I knew it firsthand because I had to deal with it all the time. And I think even though EnVy is really good at protecting their supports, probably better than any team in the world, they're still going to have to put pressure on Chipsogen to kill him, because otherwise, if they don't, it's just going to be rough.
Yeah. You actually bring up one interesting thing that I wanted to touch on some point. Is that one thing I've really been noticing in the team fights is that for as much as we talk about McCree and some of the other heroes that are really setting the tone, I feel like anytime a Zen dies early in the fight, that's one of the most telling omens for losing a fight if you have lost your Zen that early, just because of how important both Harmony Orb and Discord Orb are the fights right now. But either way, taking a look here at the C9 roster as they are setting up, it's going to be Surefour on the Genji, Adam on the Zenyatta, Debit on Winston, Grego on Lucio, Kai going to be in the Zarya, and Reaver rounding things out here on the McCree.
McCree on the other side from Taimu. Hulk is going to play the Winston. Harry Hook on Lucio. Chips is going to be playing that Zenyatta. Tailspin on Reaper. Coco will play Zarya.
Watch these bubbles.
Bubbles come out, and Internet Hulk comes out on top. It's 2 quick kills coming out here from EnVy. They're moving forward. Taimu on the McCree play actually gets taken out by Kai before falling. Still, though, more momentum in EnVy's favor. They should be able to push C9 back. Tailspin going right to the door.
I mean,
that's going to be first cap here to EnVy.
There you go. This is pretty much every King of the Hill. Winston goes in first, drops the first bubble. That gets rid of the initial Discord, and then Zen has to back away. Then the Zarya bubble comes in, and Zen immediately dies. Adam immediately died there. And once you're in the 6-on-5, it's hard.
T9 moving in. EnVy, though, good positioning. Tailspin just coming in off the flank. Takes out Surefour immediately. Nothing crazy coming out. Just good solid poke onto the doorway. C9 already losing 4 people. Taimu on an absolute rampage on a quad kill, looking for the 5th. Lucio saying, please, no more. Man. Taimu's been doing that McCree probably more so than any other McCree I've seen in NA. Back to the earlier Taimu praise.
I mean, they are not afraid to completely push into spawn and just... You know, Cloud9 is not expecting them to go that far in, because who would do that?
No, it's what puts them apart on Li Jiang, too, is how far they hold on most of that path.
Deadeye coming out here from Taimu. Takes out 2. Devin and Adam both going to bite the dust. Actually see Reaver getting flung to the back. It's taken out by Taimu in turn as well. And that's another full team wipe from EnVy, and this has been nothing but brutal right now.
Now, Surefour had Sword, but Chipsogen hasn't had to use Transcendence, and Harry Hook has Sound Barrier. So even though Cloud9 has a bunch of ults, EnVy has both support ults. It's going to be very difficult for them to make this work.
Surefour right now coming in the Dragon Blade, but already 2 dying in the back line. Tailspin at the Death Blossom takes out Grego early. 3 kills already from EnVy. Surefour finally gets a Dragon Blade kill on the Chips, but his entire team is dead around him. It's not going to be enough. Taimu finishes him off. And EnVy, this has just been a slaughter thus far. C9 has been struggling to get anything going this game.
Different level. It's like they're playing a different game. Cloud9 is an amazingly good team. You've been watching them dismantle very good teams all night. And then here's EnVy.
Oh, Deadeye's coming out here from both sides. Sound Barrier out from C9. The last gasp for them. They need to keep the snore time. Tailspin, though, is able to pick off on Adam. Reaver goes down. C9 going to be down 3 here. Surefour is dead. That's it. The round will be going to EnVy here in just a moment. They will finish off the last few on point. They didn't care about the points. They're like, all right, we'll just finish out the point, kill the stragglers, and then kill you 6v2 on the remaining part.
There's a lot of reasons that this is going on. I mean, one, I'm not sure, ZP, you're controlling the cam, so as soon as we go into the next round, put it on Winston and or Zarya, and you will see exactly the type of teamwork that is allowing them to always get first picks in these team fights and to control the initiation of the fight. And then after that, they are so good at conserving their ults at the right time. They didn't use both Sound Barrier and Transcendence when Surefour used Sword and Adam used Transcendence. They only used Sound Barrier, and then they were able to hold the Transcendence for Kai's Zarya ult, and everything got negated, and they are the best team at all of these aspects.
Oh my goodness, why do I have to keep the camera on Hulk? I avoid putting the camera on Hulk because he just spins over and over again. He's trying to make Twitch chat hurl. Hulk, please. You want a caster to not go on, you just like wave your camera, your perspective around wildly. It is the worst. Either way though, we are watching Internet Hulk here in the beginning. We'll see the jump in here. We'll see the Zarya's shield right away. He's waiting for his chance. Dives right into the back. Down goes the shield. And he actually gets taken out immediately, so a little bit of commentator's curse going on there. Shifor, though, oh my goodness, look at Taimu. It doesn't matter that Shifor got that pick. Taimu has already picked off 2. He's in a great position to get more. Kai goes down. Has Lucio in his sights. Grego going to bite it. And Taimu once more laying in some very serious damage from Envy, and gonna be a big reason as to why they take this first point.
I mean, if I'm Cloud9, I'm just like, well, we did everything right. We actually baited Internet Hulk in, we got the first kill, and Taimu just kind of headshotted everyone in the meantime, in a fight that Cloud9 probably should have won. Envy takes really cleanly, just off of pure aim and raw skill.
Alright, so Deadeye coming out here from Taimu takes out Kai. Kai not really able to get out of that. Internet Hulk going to lead the way, moving in onto the other Zarya, and just pushing people back into the building. This has been rough for C9. It feels like they're throwing anything at the wall, seeing what sticks. Grego does punch Taimu in the face.
It's at least got a feel good
victory there.
Yeah, I mean, it might not swing the fight, but at least it feels good.
At least you got rid of the McCree that's just been absolutely laying waste to you for the last round and a half.
And the issue for Cloud9 is they have not built as enough ult charge throughout these team fights. Debit only has 50% on Zarya. Shifor does not have Death Blossom yet, and the longer they don't have these ults, the harder it is. Envy has ult advantage going into this next fight. It's gonna be so hard for Cloud9.
No, here comes the Graviton Surge. The Pulse Bomb is out. The Wombo is real. 2 people immediately fall, and this fight is already Envy's. This is just completely brutal, and one of the things we talk about a lot with Envy is that right now, of all the teams, you talk about the top tier teams, they are in a tier above right now, and it's because you look at Cloud9 finding everyone really close, or even dominating throughout most of the tournament, and then they run into Envy, both in Winners Finals and now. It's been rough.
It feels like the gap is growing, to be honest. It used to be like Envy's a little bit better than everyone right now. Envy is a different planet than everyone right now.
Well, this fight going a little bit better for C9. They start out with 2 kills to 1. Taimu, though, is still alive, and anytime Taimu's alive, he has the ability to swing things right back in Envy's favor. He's gonna get a monkey in his face here in just a moment. This is an absolutely worthwhile trade. Reaver at the Deadeye takes out 3, and C9 going to will themselves back into this round, but if they lose even one team fight from here on out, they are going to lose this and be in a hole.
I mean, Cloud9 finally wins a team fight, but Harry Hook still has sound barrier. So this could end right now very well for Envy.
Yeah. Well, sound barrier arguably the most important ult in King of the Hill. You use it, you rush right in. It's very hard unless you get a great disengage. Taimu, though, takes out 2 to start this out. And dare I say it, that in this meta right now, is Taimu the most important player for Envy?
Maybe. I mean, any one of them can end up carrying at any certain time, but it has been him all this stage for sure.
They're all incredibly good players. Like, they're all amazing. The tank and support play, everything about Envy right now is great. But I just feel like we're seeing Taimu explode in a way that he was not in the previous patch. And sure, that's because his character of choice is certainly carrying more importance right now, but I just feel like in most of these fights, you look at Taimu, it's like, well, Taimu's still alive, even though Envy might have lost someone early on. Taimu's got to pull it back, grab 2-3 kills, and that's going to be it.
I think you look at it like in Slick Slasher said, like they did everything right on that first fight too. Like they got the first kill on Hulk, but then still overall Taimu can like erase some of those small mistakes that they happen to happen to EnVyUs. So like, yes, we did everything right. We got it going, and like this coordination was not as perfect as it should have been. And then Taimu's like, oh yeah, but I still hit every single shot. So he can negate anything that possibly does go wrong against EnVyUs.
I think the other part of it is why I talk so much about the importance of the Reaper and the Lucio and the Zarya and the Winston and/or one of the two, is that McCree and Zenyatta play so good together, and EnVyUs is so good at having
Bastion on the fields.
We got Bastion and a Winston here. I don't think they ran the Winston because they were probably expecting the Bastion, but Reaver does take out chips early on. They're going to have to do this without a Zen, which really has been a rough indicator here. Taimu goes down pretty early on. Everything going in favor of C9, and see if they can pull this back, but with no Zen, it's going to be rough. Internet Hulk going to have to Wraith form out of that.
This Bastion doing some work, some really crucial first picks, takes down Taimu and Chips early on the first couple kills. So yes, Tailspin does equalize a little bit, takes down a couple of his own, but it's a little late. They're going to actually get first point here. Yeah, you'd call it cheese if it hadn't been something that they'd run a ton of times before on this stage in particular. It is just generally a Cloud9 strat that they're comfortable with.
Well, Taimu wins that McCree v McCree battle, takes out Reaver, now about to be a 65 in favor of Envy, and they just retake the point off of that.
And
so
that's the problem with this comp. While they might have gotten the first point, they only got 15%, and it's so hard to retake with Bastion. Yeah, Surefour has to go on a Tracer, and the gamble did not pay off.
I mean, they got it in the first, but I think the problem is they weren't able to stabilize. They got bloodied enough that they never really got into a position where they could keep holding it. Internet Hulk does get in the back line, takes out Adam immediately, prioritizing the support in the back. 2 kills here for Envy thus far. And with no Zen up, it's going to be real hard for C9 to actually pull this back. Surefour is still alive. He's still looking for some heroics, but his team is dying in around him. Tailspin is directly behind him, forcing him back. And here comes Taimu, the Bash brothers, chasing down Surefour. He's going to have to wait for his team to get back in here.
Hulk just hanging out on the point, emoting, as Hulk is wont to do.
He does many a time before.
Hulk is the player that throws the most BM in of any other player, at least when it comes to emotes. I don't think any other player emotes anywhere near as much as Hulk. But either way, he has Death Blossom, drops right down, using it. Gets timed a little bit by the Winston Shield, but still picks up 2 kills. Taimu has to fall through. And oh man, that's going to be another full team wipe here for Envy. Envy just still looking so strong.
Yeah, Chiptajin, Harry Hook about to have both support ults. Already at 70%. I mean, more than likely Cloud9 has realistically one last fight here and then a last-ditch effort before this first map's going to Envy.
So one upside here, Grego is about to have a sound barrier. We're probably going to see a sound barrier trade the start. Oh no!
Alright, one team fight is it. They're not getting 2 chances. One pick resets the clock again. They're barely going to be able to get in. And I think Coco may even have Zarya ult and be able to trap everyone at the front door. Cloud9's going to get in right now. Coco 4% away.
No. Luckily, Coco did not have the ult up right away. C9 gets away with one there, but 2 quick kills immediately coming out. They had the sacrifice position to get on the point. Surefour does retaliate, gets a double kill right away. Taimu, though, still alive and ready to just clean up any of the survivors here. And the thing about McCree is that he gets more powerful the more the fight degenerates just because of his pickoff power, and that's, what, 3 kills for Taimu in that fight? Oh my goodness.
And they're going to take the map. They even kill Coco before he gets it off, and Taimu still kills everyone on the point. It doesn't even matter what happens, even if they do a good trade. Not only have they better ult usage and better ult conservation and better support ults at the right timings and better positioning, they're also out-skilling and out-aiming Cloud9 right now. Taimu is beating Reaver in the McCree battle, and Surefour is not able to get as much done as he was.
The McCree play coming out from Taimu there was just, it's dirty. It might be just on another level, much like the rest of Envy. And it's interesting how multi-talented the Envy roster is because, of course, the last patch, we had a lot more, when talking about Envy, we had a lot more focus on Tailspin because that was the patch where Pharah was the star of the meta. A lot of things revolved around Pharah, and we saw Tailspin go in and do all sorts of heroics. But now, in this meta right now, where it's a little bit more hit scan ori, we're just seeing Taimu being the destroyer of dreams on Envy. And by the way, we're talking about the DPS players, but all the support going on in terms of engagements from Hulk, leaping in, getting Zarya shields, and all the rest. The support core and tank core in Envy is still very, very good as well.
Rock solid. We're going to Ilios, by the way. So get your Lucios out, get your boots ready. Someone's gonna fall into the pit of despair at some point.
Now, I think Cloud9's got to change it up a little bit. I mean, Ilios is kind of good for Roadhog, which you haven't seen a whole lot lately, but maybe that's something they'll pull out. I think Tracer on Reaver probably needs to also happen. I don't think if Cloud9 runs the same thing they were going to be doing on Nepal, this is going to work out at all, because Envy's going to be running pretty much the same thing. And they're going to be looking to do the same thing, Wizard jumping in, getting the bubble, killing Adam, coming back, getting more health, conserving Chiptajin ult, conserving Harry Hook ult, and just win off of better gameplay. And Cloud9 doesn't mix it up, they're not going to have a good time.
Yeah, we'll see what they have in store here, but Yeah, for C9, this is rough. They're up against the wall. This is match point right now for EnVyUs. Everything goes well for them here. They are going to be the monthly Melee champions once again. It's been a great tournament for them. They've been absolutely dominant. So C9, they need to dig deep and try and find a way of maybe entertain the idea of the reverse sweep. Either way, though, take a look here at C9 as they set up. It's going to be Grego on the Lucio, Kai on the Zarya, Reaver on McCree, Debit on the Winston, Adam. I don't know if this Ana's going to be the thing. Maybe it is the Hail Mary pass of throwing it, but nope, it's going to be Zenyatta. So they're not doing that. I'd hope for a brief second.
And I think Sure4 on Tracer is the little difference that they're going to need to make this work.
Let's get a move on.
Well, can anyone get in Tymo on his McCree? Tailspin's gonna run Reaper, Internet Hulk on Winston, Harry Hook on Lucio, Boopsio in full effect. Chips and Coco will play Zenyatta and Zarya respectively.
Well, Taimu not quite getting what he's looking for there. Does get outpoked a little bit by Reaver. Sure4 gets immediately on the Chipsogen. So 65 for C9. This is a pretty good start. They don't have to worry about the threat of Zen. They take out Tail, who was extended as a result, and 3 kills for C9. This is clean. They're going to take point A right away.
Probably their best team fight of the series so far. That was about as clean as they could hope for. And it's going to give them a pretty good ult advantage going to the next fight. So good on Sure4 getting that initial pick. But now he goes down to Taimu, and EnVyUs going to capitalize on this.
And Taimu takes out Sure4 right away, so sort of the reverse going on here. Chip's though dying again, and this is what we're seeing from C9 is that they are very heavily focusing Zen here, perhaps harder than they have all match long. Taimu, though, still alive in the back. Doesn't matter that it's 30 HP, still has his Peacemaker, still looking for shots. Kai does take out 2 towards the end, so C9, if nothing else, is making Envy work for it here. Sure4 back in fight, takes out Coco. And they will hold once more here on Ilios.
Got everything going for them that they want. Next engagement, they're going to have also their sound barrier up as well. So they do have everything going. But they're also going to have pretty much every ult on their team. So these first 2 advantages are snowballing to a 3rd advantage here. Unless Envy can pull out just regular Envy stuff, they're going to have a tough time here.
All right, there it is. Pulse Bomb in. The Graviton does not quite get what Sure4 is looking for. He's still able to take out Harry Hook. And C9 just collapsing right after that. They kill everyone there, and oh my goodness. C9's looking much better in this match.
It's Ilios, man. Ilios is unpredictable. This stage in particular, I think, even though it's not as kind of like weird looking as a giant death pit or just a gladiator's arena in the middle of a map, that this map is extremely unpredictable for the most part, and teams really only have one angle of entry here.
All right, so Envy trying to turn this. Oh no, here comes a knockout. What? No, what have you done, Internet Hulk? He takes out Kai and falls with him. Oh no, as Reaver right now showing us his McCree chops, takes out 3. Oh no, Envy, I think you deserve to lose this round after that last part. You guys saw Internet Hulk there, right?
Look, after what happened to me today, I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about, ZP. Aaron Hulk knocked off Kai. That's all I saw.
Oh. All right, well, that was interesting. C9 does take the round off of Envy.
100
Good start.
to 0, and I think the Tracer is probably the best thing that has changed for them. They were able to get 2 big kills off of Chipsogen to start that, and that was probably the biggest catalyst to why they took that round.
Yeah, Tailspin did toy with the idea of flipping a Tracer there. He was on it momentarily. Then he's going back to Reaper, so they are not going to run a Tracer of their own from this EnVyUs side.
Well, Tailspin did switch a Tracer, I think, to what they were doing, and he's deciding that maybe that's not the way to go.
Well, I think the biggest thing here, let's see if we see more of it, is that C9 was really getting in on Chips. I think their entire game plan here is dive on Chips and go from there, and it was working. So Sure4 right now going to the backline. Let's see if he isolates Chips here once more, because that does seem to be a change-up. Does get to throw a little bit of poke on McCree.
He does try to go in, gets taken out immediately by that aforementioned Chips. A lot of it was never mind. Debit gets back
Debit
in
the fall through. They took out Chips right away.
Yeah.
C9 is in the advantage right now. So this is a clear change-up coming out here from C9 where they are isolating Chips. And when Chips goes down, Envy does seem to have trouble keeping things going. So for now, this strategy's been very effective here for C9.
It's not for lack of trying from Envy to keep him alive either. They're actually just running a formation completely around him, trying to keep him alive, but they're diving in from all sorts of different angles.
Oh, Chip's gonna fall once more. Surefour gets that backline. 3 kills here from C9. And yeah, I mean, just perhaps a different approach coming out from C9, but they look like a completely different team. Change of scenery and Ilios definitely doing them some good. Surefour with the cleanup there. 31% to 0. Good stuff coming out from C9.
I thought before this series that hitting Chips Agenda was probably Cloud9's best opportunity, and it really favors them on King of the Hill when Surefour can go Tracer. And once again, Tailspin switches to Tracer with 80% of Reaper ult. Now Taimu is on the Reaper.
Yeah, they got Taimu off McCree. That means that something is really working here for C9. Deadeye comes out from Reaver here in the back. C9 just sort of dancing in about the point, not really all grouped up. Primal Rage comes out here for Debit. And here comes a Graviton from Kai. Does get 3 members of Envy sucked right inside. They don't have the fall through on the Reaver goes down. This is the best look that Envy has had all map long here thus far. Still have not decisively won it though. C9 hang in there. Taimu though does get the final pick off on the Surefour, so this is gonna be rough. Envy will be able to move this forward. They should be able to recap this, but Envy or C9 now at 81%. If they get one more good team fight, they should be able to take this round.
Well, of note there, Chips was able to stay alive during all of that mess too. So there are some ults now in favor of EnVyUs as well. I think the next time they try to push in, Coco's just going to lock them all up with a Graviton and try to get the follow through from Taimu just on the ground. That's why he's hiding out back here.
Or a Tailspin Pulse Bomb. We could see that combo right here at the choke.
So we're waiting here for the Graviton that could be coming out here from Coco. Both teams trading off. Kai's down. Taimu's down. Pulse Bomb comes out from Surefour. Annihilates Coco there.
Really nice pulse bomb.
It's a big kill.
It's absolutely huge. Anytime kill Zarya in the fight, it is amazing. Internet Hulk leaps into the air, gets shot right down. C9 takes this fight. Envy died quick enough and decisively enough there that they will be able to bring this back. It's not going to be game over just yet. What? Really depending here on Coco hitting this Graviton. Tailspin will be waiting here for the fall through, so Wombo combo should be on the menu. Coco though backs up. Kai goes down. Good positioning from Envy. Coco getting danced around a little bit. Does not have a good opportunity to use Graviton here just yet. Reaver turn it back around. There it is. Tailspin comes in. Pulse Bomb at the ready. Doesn't get what he's looking for.
Well, they get enough kills, though. It is only 3 people alive for Cloud9, but now they're cleaning up back to it. It's 3v3, 3v2 right now.
Tailspin versus Debit on the point. Cloud9
Okay, that is not fair. Please call PETA. She had guns. He need a lightning gun, but it doesn't have range.
Tailspin wins. Kai's going to go down 2. Everybody's going to retake the point.
Nah, well, yeah.
Yep.
And try to stagger. Now, it's a long way to go for Envy, but they have both Harry Hook ult and Chipsogen ult, and Adam and is really far away. Grego will have sound barrier, but Cloud9's going to have to win this with only 1 support ult, not 2.
Yeah, and for C9, the support ult is really going to get canceled by Harry Hook. They're just going to trade out sound barriers. I don't think there's going to be a huge advantage there for either team. But, oh no, Taimu just got knocked into the pit. He's with Summit now. So
6-on-4 is biggest opportunity that Cloud9's going to have to take this 6-on-3, and
Should be it.
this should be
they're moving
it.
in. Surefour gets a double kill, makes it a triple kill. Taimu going to the pit. Absolutely disastrous for Envy here. C9's going to take this. We do have Tracer coming in. Tailspin looking to delay, keeping overtime. I'm not sure how much Tailspin is going to be able to do here. Taimu does get right back in, gets taken out. Tailspin ends up blowing himself up with his own bomb. Farewell. Overtime is going to end, and C9 now 1 round away from perhaps starting the reverse sweep.
That's the best they look there. Surefour is playing like he's mad. I mean, the Tracer play was just incredible all throughout it. He hit like a super long-range pulse bomb on Coco to deny that early Graviton that we're expecting to happen. when they were all set up and they had the point and were ready to fight, we were looking for Graviton into Reaper follow-up or Pulse Bomb, and then Taimu went down on the Reaper, and then Coco got taken down by Short4 on that amazing Pulse Bomb. So it's just great individual play right now. Also, I think the map has something to do with it here, allowing for this Tracers to go wild, and Short4 just had a better Tracer than Tailspin that round.
I think if there might be a little bit of a weakness to Envy is that Tailspin has to go Tracer. And Tailspin has been playing Pharah almost every day for the last 3 months. And now I think Short4 has a little bit of the upper hand in that one-on-one.
We'll see how...
Alrighty, so C9 moving forward. C9 has to be feeling good about this here thus far. Chipson probably not so good because he is still the sole recipient of a lot of this poke to start things off of, so Chip's probably going to be playing a little bit more passively here, and Winston right now getting right back into him, but he's going to be able to take him out with the aid of Internet Hulk. Reaver and Short4, though, they get right in, they take out Chips, they get to the back line, 3 kills here from C9, and again, C9 looking totally different here. They get first control of the point once more, and Internet Hulk and Reaper, perhaps not going to be long for this world. Short4 being cautious, though, giving Internet Hulk a lot of respect. And Internet Hulk does enough damage with Tailspin to turn it right back.
Yeah, a little bit greedy from Short4. Thought it was just going to be Hulk alone behind that bush. Tailspin was there waiting for him. They baited him back. They were able to get that first kill. Tailspin now in deep, takes down Grego as well. So a nice uneven fight in favor of EnVyUs. They're going to flip this point back over.
Yep, Envy taking it right back over. C9 at 25%. They probably would have liked to have held that for a little bit longer at first hold. Still not the worst start. And this is where Envy now is really starting to solidify their hold. They're moving C9 all the way back. And that's unfortunate because now Envy's going to have even better positioning for the next fight. Ultimate-wise, though, they're not necessarily in the absolute best position, though. Transcendence comes up. Taimu about to have Deadeye. It could be worse. And they're about to have Death Blossom, too, so this window for C9 might be closing.
Envy on Short4, 1 overextension from Cloud9 results in Envy getting the point, and then 2 team fights later.
Internet Hulk goes right into the back line, takes out Kai. The rest getting mitigated by the Transcendence, but he does force it out if nothing else. So trade ult for ult, still got a kill off of it. Reaver countering though, takes out Internet Hulk. Internet Hulk maybe overstaying his welcome. And C9, they're going for this. Reaver on the double kill. Coco just goes for the suicide.
Goes Taimu. Oh, I think he might have got punched. I know Devin definitely punched Taimu off the cliff.
Alright, so C9, they're looking much more aggressive here on the point. They should be able to force Envy out. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the greatest positioning for the next fight, but certainly C9, they recapture it, 30% to 62. Not the worst.
Now definitely back and forth, both teams. So Cloud9 doing a whole lot better than they were on Nepal.
Well, I understand the next fight here is that C9 should be able to take it as well. They have sound barrier, Harry Hook does not, so once Envy commits here, Grego's going to counter the sound barrier, and it's going to be very hard for Envy to actually win this. They open up with the Graviton. Sound barrier coming out here from C9. Chipso takes out Short4, so Short4 not a recipient of that sound barrier. And Envy actually going to take this despite the sound barrier from C9, and it all comes down to the fact that Short4 went too aggro before that ult came down. He didn't need to do that. He could have just done it after the sound barrier.
Coco with some nice cleanup there as well. Graviton did come off to help them clean that up. Hulk also got in some nice damage too. So as you said, they are able to flip it back. Probably the last chance for Cloud9 to be able to win this stage.
Kaikai's gonna have to hit a big ult, and they really don't have anything to combo with it.
Kaikai's gonna have to be his own fall through, just needs to get 100% energy. Does get 3 people in the Graviton. They take out Chips right away, which has been a very good open in the stage thus far. In comes the Winston. Debit looking for the knock off the ledge, just knocking people around in general, doing all sorts of damage. And C9 in overtime, they are going to retake this. They need to win about 2 more fights if they want to win this round.
And that's okay for Envy, though. They forced out Transcendence from Adam as well. Harry Hook is going to have Sound Barrier. Chipsogen is going to have Transcendence. Tailspin is Pulse Bomb. Internet Hulk is all. Envy, going into this with extreme ult advantage, and I have a feeling we're going to a 4th round.
Yeah, things are looking very good for Envy. C9's going to have to play absolutely brilliantly not to fall to all these ults here in the next fight. We were looking for the free Deadeye pick, going to find a Pulse Bomb. Tailspin gets the double kill with that, takes out both Debit and Grego. Internet Hulk piling on, takes out the back, and Slasher, your hunch is correct. We are going to a 4th round here. Envy will be taking the ruins.
I mean, if those of you out there who maybe are starting just to watch competitive Overwatch more or just watching it, losing a team fight isn't necessarily such a bad thing as long as you've extended the time when it comes to King of the Hill as long as possible, if you can continue to have ult advantage. Where teams make mistakes, I think we saw from Cloud9, for example, is Grego used Sound Barrier, but they lose the team fight anyway. And if he doesn't use Sound Barrier, they're able to come into that next fight and use it and have a very good possibility of taking it back. But when he uses it and you lose the team fight, it's such a long road back to regain ults.
Well, they are going to be both running tracers now on this stage again. Tailspin did get outclassed a little bit by Short 4 last time when this was the mirror matchup. Other than that, it looks pretty much, well, not exactly a mirror, as Internet Hulk is going to be on the Reaper, and they're running a single tank. So the Winston on the field is only Debit.
So right now, Envy being a lot more aggressive. They're taking the fight to the C9. I don't know if it's working out there. Reaver does take out Internet Hulk. And oh no, Debit falling into the pit, getting booped into it by Harry Hook. So he went in for chips, and he was there to save. That's actually one of the best Lucio saves I think we've seen. So Envy right now starting to take control on the point. They will get first cap, and much better start to them here on the stage than what happened before.
Yeah, able to keep Chips alive, as you mentioned, then a bridge of boop coming out, knocking Debit into the pit. I mean, it looked good early on because they do have that strong initiation with Debit on the Winston, but as you mentioned, went a little too deep, got punished for it. Tailspin is going to delay this next fight even further by taking out his opposing number in Short 4 very early before the fight even starts.
Envy's made some adjustments. They're running triple DPS. They're also trying to protect Chipsogen a lot more, knowing that Short 4 is going after him, and it has been working for them.
Yeah, Debit dives again, and then Chips just retreats into the house. They get a cleanup crew in there, takes down Debit immediately. Tailspin going ham now as Short 4 is eliminated. This is all in EnVyUs' favor right now. As you mentioned, they made that huge adjustment. Chips is yet to die now, and he's going to have Transcendence up for this next fight. Look at this ult advantage from Envy.
Yeah, they're moving forward, being even more aggressive. They pick off Debit. Debit has just been having himself a rough game here, not really able to get what he's been looking for. And yeah, this has been the adjustment, is that they're putting way more effort in protecting Chips. Chips is playing way further back, and unlike the first 2 rounds where C9 was picking Chips over and over again to victory, they have not been able to do it yet here.
Tailspin seems to be playing much better on his Tracer too. Not that he was playing poorly before, but he's definitely showing up a lot more in the kill feed. The tracking seems a little bit more on point. So you mentioned he's been playing nothing but Pharah for about 2 months, so might be a little bit of an adjustment period.
Another pick on Short 4. They're going to have 1 team fight left to do this, and they don't have either support ults. It's going to be really hard for Cloud9.
Nothing has really gone right here for C9 in this round, and yeah, I mean, they're getting a miracle. Taimu comes in, takes out Debit right away. Taimu's been feeling it more. Tailspin has definitely been the standout here in this round for Envy. Moving to backline. Gonna take out Kaikai at the aid of Coco. Oh my goodness, the stick onto Reaver. Classy stuff coming out here from Tailspin. And just like that, Envy going to put this back, the 2-2. This is a close Ilios game. Envy definitely making some mid-match adjustments that have been incredibly effective.
Is this series point?
This is series point for
series
Envy.
Point.
Yes.
Yeah, for Envy. They started out slow, down 2-0. Cloud9 looks like they finally found some footing in the changes of Short 4 going Tracer, but Envy has made really good adjustments through this comp, and I think Cloud9 needs to change it up again, or they're not going to have success.
For the viewers at home, it's series point because they're in the winner bracket, so they start off the series with a 1-game advantage. Yes, CP?
Yes, correct, and it's still a best of 5 here. It's one of those things where people go, well, why not, have no game advantage and do best of 7? It's like, that would just take an incredibly long period of time. Players enjoy tournaments are a little bit on the smaller side, even though from the tournament perspective, it's like, well, gee, run the tournament 10 hours. It's great for the tournament, not so great for the casters and the players, but right now, this is tournament point right now for Envy. If they are able to take this round, C9, of course, want to stay alive, force another map, entertain the idea of the reverse sweep. All gonna come down here on Ilios of all maps.
A mini reverse sweep happening on Ilios here, because it was all Cloud9 for those first 2 stages, and now Envy has slowly made the adjustments back here. Looked like a whole new team on the last stage, so we'll see what happens here. As you mentioned, set point.
Well, Taimu starts out by killing Sure4 and Chips. Look at how much more passive Chips is playing right now, up until they get the first pick. Once they get the first pick, he moves in with Taimu, starts marking targets, sets up Taimu for the 3K, and Envy will absolutely take first control of the point here in round number 5.
It's like you blink and Taimu kills 4 players on the team. I mean, that's really, one, the buff to McCree, but also him working together so well with Shiptogen. Now that they're playing passive, he's able to get the Discord on, and that is allowing Taimu to get as many kills as he is.
Well, Debit right now returning the favor, takes out Chipsogen. Chips will fall. And again, look at what's going on for C9. They take out Chips and everything falls into place. They're going to retake this point after getting a few more kills.
Yeah, so when Cloud9 is successful at Debit jumping in and killing Chips, they win. When Envy is successful at baiting Debit into jumping Chips and killing him first, they win. But that's really Cloud9's best opportunity. They have to keep doing it. Even if the risk is high that they're going to lose out on players by being too aggressive, they don't have another opportunity, I think, to take this to another map.
Well, going off this logic here, you have to think that Envy will probably take this next fight, because if he leaps in on Zen here, Zen's going to respond with the Transcendence, and it's not going to do anything. Oh, no, they just open with the Transcendence. Reaver, though, counters with the Deadeye. Oh, no. Gets the triple kill. Here comes Internet Hulk off the Death Blossom. Only kills Reaver.
Maybe a little bit of a misuse there, too. I mean, when you see 3 people go down at Death Blossom, even if you kill 2 to 3 people, you're probably still not going to turn that fight around. Now you're not going to have it for the next one.
I think our first time seeing some misuse in ults there from Envy. Both the Transcendence to open up the team fight probably wasn't necessary, and then Internet Hulk with the Death Blossom at the end, you know, wasn't able to get enough done. And now that's going to let Cloud9 at least make it a little bit back. Adam has Transcendence. It's going to take it off for Helios.
They're going to break it down here. Sound Barrier on the way. Envy using it. It's going to be running into the defensive Transcendence, and Sure4 still was able to get to the back, took out Internet Hulk, still has his Pulse Bomb at the ready. Coco and Tailspin firing back. Tailspin actually now picking up some M, gets a double kill, moving around, looking for a little bit more. Has Zenyatta in his sights. Adam going to fall, and Tailspin putting on his hero pants right now. A big reason why Envy might be retaking this point.
Yeah, Tailspin with 3 big kills there, with 3-on-3. It looked like the Cloud9 was bringing it back to, you know, maybe still contest the point, and that allows Envy to get it back. Cloud9 still able to get it at 80%. The ults are about the same. They have potential to hit a Kai ult into Sure4 Pulse Bomb.
Nothing up to prevent that either. No. Well, I mean, that's going to prevent it for the moment.
Graviton comes in here from Envy. Envy does not get the immediate follow-up, though they do kill Grego just off normal damage. Tailspin coming in, takes out Kai, gets onto Reaver. Envy now in the driver's seat. They're going to tie this up, 78-78. Next team fight could very well decide the course of the game.
Well, Sure4 did bust out that Pulse Bomb, and so they're not going to have that combo follow-up. However, they will have a Deadeye here.
Another Sure4 death is going to delay their push by 10 to 15 seconds, as a few times the Sure4 has gotten picked out at the end of these maps, at the end of these rounds, and now it's going to leave Cloud9 with one final opportunity, more than likely, to send us to another map.
All right, so all cards going to be on the table here for C9. Their tournament life is on the line. EnVyUs sensing victory right now. If they win this next fight, they win it all once again. Here comes C9. They're moving on to the point. Graviton Surge comes out, gets 2 people in it. Reaver gets a fall through, takes out Chipsogen. And knowing what we know about these teams, this should be C9's fight. Envy will have chance for one last-ditch attempt. Their positioning, though, won't be all that great, and they're also not going to have a whole lot of ults either.
Now, another weird ult from Internet Hulk there. I guess he delays the point by an extra 2 seconds, but they don't really have anything to engage. And Cloud9, even though they don't have ults themselves, will still have Transcendence, and they're looking good to take us to another map.
91%. The last gasp effort from Envy is going to be on the way. Adam's going to be able to open here with Transcendence. C9 feeling themselves, feeling this here. Grego boops off his counterpart and Harry Hook. That's got to be a good sign. 3 kills from C9. Taimu getting 1 pick off. But that's going to be it. Cloud9 bloodying EnVyUs here in our grand finals. We have at least one more map, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff coming out from C9.
Hey, look, a Zarya play of the game. Pretty rare.
You not see that very often.
I mean, Cloud9 making it as tough as possible for Envy. I mean, I think finally cracking Envy a little bit on King of the Hill. I think Tracer was the right choice. Sure4 did get picked off a few times, which made it hard, I think, for Cloud9 to secure the victory. But all in all, Sure4 on Tracer was able to get enough done there to secure them the victory. And at the same time, they were able to force out a little bit of ult mistakes and ult usage out of EnVyUs, which they definitely need to happen for them to progress in the series.
Well, the map choice is now on to EnVyUs, so we'll see if they're done with King of the Hill. There is another King of the Hill in the map pool, I believe. So I'm reading that wrong. We're up to Numbani. Yeah, never mind. There is not another King of the Hill in the map pool. My bad. Numbani is a choice, and I believe it's either Hollywood or King's Row also left in the map pool.
Wouldn't surprise me to go to Numbani. EnVyUs seems like a really solid team there, and that is what we are going to be.
Okay.
Doing. So that's not shocking to me. They're really good there. Cloud9, I'd say they're a little bit shaky. I think Envy has a pretty strong advantage going into this map.
I think that's a safe thing to say about Envy in any map right now, but Cloud9, I wonder if they've cracked a code here. Obviously, that was King of the Hill, where it's a lot easier to dive on the Zen, but it was interesting watching that develop where, I mean, it sort of goes to what we were speculating before, is that when Zenyatta dies, it's much easier to win the team fight, and C9 was clearly isolating Chips for a lot of those fights, and it was working.
Yeah, absolutely. What's weird about Envy, or rather Cloud9, is that they have tried some unconventional things on their defense. Also, their offense has been somewhat predictable. We saw Fnatic just completely prepared for the offense that they tried to push in before. Their offense on Numbani has been a couple hit scans behind a Reinhardt, and either they try to really boost in through the left side, or they came around like super far around on the right side.
No.
The end result is the same. They want to try to get through the top behind the Reinhardt shield and pepper people with that damage. Now, if Envy has done any sort of homework, they know that that has been the Cloud9 offense on this map before too, so they should be prepared for it.
Now, I have a feeling that Envy, well, I think Cloud9 gets to choose sides, so it wouldn't surprise me if we end up switching right now. But on the defensive side, Cloud9, I think May, very good possibility at a Sure4. We've seen Torb come out from Grego, but I think it still is going to be rough on Cloud9 to try to hold offense from Envy. I mean, Envy isn't so good on this map in general, and now with D.Va being even better, I mean, D.Va was already used on first point offense to begin with here. It's going to be really hard, I think, for Cloud9, and because we are going to have Envy on offense. So I want to see if Cloud9 is going to try to bring out Torb. Is Cloud9 going to bring out May? Are they going to go with these picks? Is Soldier really going to be played? Because it's not good enough anymore. We always see it on the bridge, on the far bridge.
Tell that to Reaver, although I will say this, is that I'm not 100% convinced that Soldier is as unplayable as has been coming out. The nerf was there. It certainly was not insignificant, but I still think there's probably got to be room for 76 here. The lot of his kit is still pretty good, especially for extra range poke. The thing is, for me, Rod, when looking at the comp community, they do knee-jerk really heavily to anything that gets nerfed. It's like, what, it got nerfed? It's useless. So I don't even think teams have even put in that much time on 76 post patch, or the last patch that came out, not the patch today, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think the 76 from Reaver, though, is necessarily a bad idea, but looking at the full C9 defense as it rolls out, it's going to be Sure4 on the McCree, Debit on the Winston, Adam on the Zenyatta, Grego on the Lucio, Kai going the B on the D.Va, and Reaver on the defensive 76.
So a little bit of an interesting look coming out there.
Double hit scan coming out of Cloud9. They probably feel like that's their best.
It's what they run on offense on this map too. I think they like the sight lines, or definitely like just something about Soldier 76 appeals to them on Numbani, both offensively and defensively. Now, from this EnVyUs side, trying to close it out is going to be Tailspin on the Genji. Harry Hook will play Lucio. Chips Hyen is going to be on the Zenyatta. Coco will be on the Reinhardt. Internet Hulk playing the Winston, and Taimu, of course, on McCree.
I think Cloud9 has a little bit of an opportunity. Maybe Tailspin isn't so warmed up on Genji, and it really is going to be on to him to make some plays. And here we go, Sure4, first kill. That's a big one for Cloud9 to establish dominance. They're going to be able to rush in and try to put the pressure on Envy.
No, that is absolutely great here for C9. They take out Chips, and Debit finds his mark, and everyone's favorite Robo-Monk in the back. So C9, two very vital picks early on. That's going to completely stall out this Envy offense, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, that's one really quick way to stop a push, is they may have tried to continue without Tailspin, although he died extremely quickly. But you can't go in without your Zenyatta. Not anymore.
Well, we do have Baronet Hulk leaping in once more, absolutely getting chewed up. Surefour having none of it. Nothing can really displace Surefour from this perch here just yet. Looking for Tailspin. Tailspin trouble, has the Discord Orb on him, has Harmony Orb on him as well. All sorts of conflict going on in Genji's mind at the moment. As C9 still looking good. The Taimu Deadeye, though, comes out, takes out his counterpart on the other team. Still finding himself getting pushed way back. So C9 doing their best to weather the storm.
Yeah. It favors the defense, though, because the reinforced path is so much faster for defense on this map. Is what makes Numbani really difficult for the offense. Is they like I said yesterday, they might as well take a bus to this point. That's how far away it is.
It's a pretty even trade, though, and Adam going to have the Transcendence after Reaver still goes down. That's a big kill coming out Envy, and Tailspin takes on Surefour. So even though Chipson goes down, more than likely EnVyUs is going to be able to get the point right now.
Yeah, Envy slowly ground out C9 there, but really, given how first point defensive right now, wasn't the worst from C9 overall. Taimu getting some of the cleanup here. So point A going to be captured, payload will be on the way, but C9 bought themselves 2 valuable minutes, and for Numbani, where you don't know how long you can hold in streets or last, that's something they can hang their hats on.
Yeah, decent enough there. So, yeah, I mean, given how Numbani generally goes, that the fact they were able to stall out, or at least stop one push and stall out the second one, is boding well for the defense. Now, they're not in a terrible position to set up here. They're going to take second bend on this defensive positioning.
I think the big plays there was Tailspin. Even though he didn't get a whole lot of kills at the beginning, he was able to open up enough space where Taimu got that one Deadeye kill on Surefour and won the fight.
Well, Surefour coming in for the defense, takes out Taimu, and the C9, after taking out that McCree, they go hyper-aggressive, but perhaps too much so. Devi gets taken out, and now this is going to turn right back the other way. Tailspin has Dragon Blade at the ready. They force out the defensive Sound Barrier, but they're still in retreat. And here comes Tailspin. He's looking for blood, takes out Surefour, takes out Grego. Tailspin on a 4K! Oh my goodness. And C9, they shot themselves in the foot by overextending.
Well, may have been a slow start for Envy, but that kind of makes up anything that may have happened early on in the game. And yeah, that is the issue, especially with the spawns work on Numbani. There's no way they can contest second point, and if they do, they may just all get wiped here, and no, they are not going to be able to. So Envy looking to put up a strong time here on Numbani.
I gotta say, that was a classic C9 maneuver, by the way. C9, even at the height of their dominance, they would randomly throw points by just overextending, and it's sort of been their one Achilles heel sort of thing that happens, and yeah, they've done it a lot less as time has gone on. They've definitely worked on it, but it sort of reared its ugly head there. C9, though, they are going to rush in. They force out the Transcendence. Diva ult on the way. Still have 2 kills in their name right now. Dead Earthshatter, though, comes right down here from Coco. Knocks down 3, charges right in. Starts swinging the hammer. W mouse 1 on the menu. I'm surprised he didn't move into that last room. A little bit back and forth here, but Tebet just getting smashed in the back from Coco. And Envy gonna keep this card moving forward for now. Reaver looking for some sneakiness here in the top, but is under pressure from Tailspin.
He's been up there the whole time and has gotten almost nothing done. I mean, which becomes a problem because he's unable to charge his Death Blossom for this last fight. I mean, you want to be able to drop your Death Blossom from the top, but no one ever came up through there. They do clean him up in the end too, turning this final fight into a 6v4.
Oh no, Tailspin gets that backline, takes out Dev immediately. A well-placed Pulse Bomb, time with the follow through on the Grego. 3 kills here now for Envy. They are threatening, and this is going to be a very quick Numbani time if they cap it right here, and they will. 4:29 remain on the clock. That is a time of 4:31 for EnVyUs here.
I mean, ZP, as you mentioned, everything snowballed from the overextension in mid. That led to Envy getting complete control of the ult advantage after the second point, even if Tailspin uses Genji, and then they isolate both Adam and Reaver for 45 seconds while Reaver is upstairs trying to wait for a Death Blossom or if someone's going to come up. No one ever does. He doesn't get anything done. Adam is not able to put on Discord. Then they kill them late. They have a 6-on-4. They rush into point, and there is nothing that Cloud9 can do. And now it's such a strong time. Cloud9 does not have room to probably lose the first 2 team fights. They need to win one or the other for them to have any chance there.
Reaver was up there just on vacation. He didn't have a Death Blossom, wasn't waiting for that perfect time to drop down. I think at some point, you know, like, well, no one's coming up top, so either go down behind them and try to get a pick on the back line, try to take down Chips, which has done so well for your team in the past, or just come down and fight on the front lines, too. I mean, you got 250 health. Reaper's not bad just being in a fight, so trying to play a little too cute, a little too coy up there cost them, and then once it was all cleaned up, then they decided to show themselves for whatever reason. They had to, I guess, but then get isolated there, and that last fight was all but over as soon as that happened.
Now, Tailspin on the defensive Genji. I think that's pretty interesting. Considering how he just played, I don't see that as being such a bad idea.
No, not at all. And speaking of the defense, looking at in full, coming out here from the side of Envy, it's going to be Harry Hook on the Lucio, Tailspin on Genji, Internet Hulk on the Winston, Taimu on McCree, Chips going to be on the Zenyatta, and Coco, the final piece, now on the Diva.
Well, this is the offense that they've run before to some success. Debit's going to shield everyone with this Reinhardt. He's going to be followed up by 2 hit scan DPSs and Reaver and Shore4 on Soldier 76 and McCree, respectively. Grego's going to boost them around one of the corners, either left or down to the right. They might come right up Broad Street. Kai is going to be on Diva, Adam on the Zenyatta. They're going all the way around back. Yeah, we've seen this.
Yep, they just go straight through the middle, run to the back. They like this approach a little bit better, and it did work out for them before. It's cool movement coming out from C9. We'll see if it works out for them here against Envy, but they're moving forward. I do like this approach. Yeah, Envy, they're definitely rotating pretty well against us, so cool movement coming out here from both sides, as both are going to be looking here for the all-important first pick. C9, though, good position. They have the high ground, and look, Envy's coming in the counter. Oh, my goodness. It's almost looking like Envy is on the attack now, the way this is worked out. Yeah, they totally reverse positions. Tailspin takes out Reaver, Shore4 and their Internet Hulk. So 5v5, C9, 2 kills to their favor right now. And this is working out. They do lose the Diva Mech here on the point. Bunny Blaster now on the menu here for Kai. Shore4, though, exploding on McCree, gets the triple kill. And the game of movement chess is over. C9 is the victor. And time-wise, it's okay for them, but they're still going to need to move really quickly through streets and last.
But they needed that. That's how they had to start this map. They had to win first push there, because on Numbani, you don't win your first push. It's going to be another 60 seconds before you get another chance at it. So really exactly what they needed there. They're rolling right now. And it's going to be interesting to see what Envy does. They look like they want to get aggressive here, as just by Harry's positioning. It looks like they're going to want to come around this bus.
Yeah, they're going to want to wait for probably the checkpoint to get around the bus. No, they're just going to be as aggressive as possible, because they want to delay as much time as they can. Instantly Transcendence on to Cloud9, and no kills going either way, but that's okay for Envy.
This is weird. Yeah, I mean, for Envy, this is weird. I mean, it doesn't even feel like they're going for direct kills. They Transcendence and Primal Rage. It does buy them a lot of time.
Sound barrier, and they all go down, so not the best use of ults from Envy.
No, not at all.
No, to be completely honest, they get too aggressive. They try to delay the time as long as they can, and they did the same thing that Cloud9 did. More than likely, Cloud9 is going to be able to push this to the second checkpoint.
I think it's actually a little bit worse than what Cloud9 did, because they used even more ultimates there, and they didn't need to sort of go into play not to lose mode right now. They could have taken that fight, gotten a little bit more aggressive going for kills, and didn't. But they're going to come in. We'll try and challenge this. They're going to run right into the offensive sound barrier, though, and a tack visor. Reaver has people in his sights, supporting Shore4 and Debit right now. 2 kills in favor of C9. We were just looking for a little bit more kills here. If he can get them, Kai takes out Taimu. And one upside for Envy here, at the very least, is as they're dying, they're stalling things out. They're not making a clean wipe. They buy extra time.
CP, they haven't got to kill in like the last 18 frags.
No, I know.
Exactly right. They are playing not to lose instead of to win. And they just gave away the advantage of the map and ult advantage. And there's a serious chance that Cloud9 is going to take us to a 5th and final map.
90 seconds.
No, C9 does have a lot of chance here. I mean, you look at the time that's remaining. They have to do it on this push for sure. But ult-wise, Envy isn't really sitting a whole lot. They'll have a Transcendence, that's about it. Debit has a Earthshower, though, that can drop down. Earthshower could be huge.
Coming again.
Yeah, Envy's going right into the back. They do take out Debit. They're not going to have to worry about that Earthshatter. Shore4, though, countering right away, takes out Internet Hulk. Tailspin the bomb onto Reaver. Very close to the 2. Oh, no, the flank from Taimu takes out 2. Taimu's been pretty quiet in this game. Finally comes out and explodes. And now for C9, the final minute approaches. If Envy can hold out for one more minute, they'll be your champions. C9 to stay alive. They must win the next fight.
The flanking Deadeye. He came up over the top, dropped it behind him. All the chaos up front. No one saw the cowboy in the rear.
All All right, so the Graviton Surge comes out here. Gonna get countered here by the Reinhardt. Takes out Taimu. That is a massive pick for Debit. C9, here they come. Tac Visor on the way, ready. Reaver takes out Harry Hook. Internet Hulk still stalling, takes out Adam. Time-wise, 28 seconds remaining. Envy starting to get the upper hand. Tailspin still in the fight. Has the pulse bomb, throws it out. Debit going to live, but here's the problem here for C9. They're pushing up the cart now, but do they have enough time? There's only 13 seconds left right now.
No.
They're not gonna have enough time. Envy is stalling out.
Time moves on Widow just to add insult to injury. Gets 3 kills in the last 10 seconds.
Yep, and that is going to be it. Finishes off Adam. Time is called. Ladies and gentlemen, EnVyUs has done it again. They win the Alienware monthly melee once more. Shout out to C9 though, not only taking the Ilios a moment ago, but making Numbani incredibly close.
Fire at will.
Oh no, BM. All right, well, that's a good way of ending it, I suppose.
Envy continues to be the best Overwatch team in the world, undoubtedly. They continue to show that. They have an unbeaten streak. I think they were 45, 46, and 0. But Cloud9 and then Fnatic earlier showing there's a little piece of them that can be beaten and that they can be forced into mistakes, I think is the biggest thing to take away, is that you can make Envy play into your game, but it just has to be really calculated from the other side. So I think a very good showing from Cloud9 and from Fnatic, and We United, by the way. But EnVyUs continues to be the best team in Overwatch, undoubtedly, and deservedly.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Certainly a new patch meta has not really slowed them down too much. They did look a little bit more mortal. They dropped a game to Fnatic earlier in the tournament. They dropped a game to C9. They came real close to dropping Numbani. So on some level, it's sort of weird. There's games where it feels like Envy has widened the gap, and then there's sort of series where it feels like it's gotten a little bit closer. Overall, you look at the aggregate, the fact that they did drop 2 maps here, it does feel like it's getting ever so slightly closer, but there's still a very big gap between Envy and C9 and the others right now. So Envy, they will maintain that lead going forward, but I do have hope for the rest of the NA teams and trying to close the gap.
I mean, I guess, are you waiting for me to add on? Envy's really good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much more you want me to say about how good EnVyUs is. You guys said it both best. There are times when it looks like, yes, they are beatable, but I'll believe it when I see it. A map is not a set. If someone takes a set off them, I'll reevaluate. Right now, it's Envy tier, and then everyone else. It remains that way.
And coming in, talk about time of being best McCree in the world. I think he really did show that. It could very well be best player in Overwatch right now.
Alrighty, well, that brings us to the end of our cast here today. Definitely advise you guys to check out Internet Hulk. We're going to be hosting him after this. Slasher, Hex, you guys have any final thoughts, any sellout shouts, anything you want to do here before we take off here for the night?
No, my sellouts are always the same, always real simple. If you want to follow me on Twitter, we had a really cool, I retweeted something tonight, an image that I really like. I think it's great. So follow me on Twitter. That's at Hexagrams. And on Twitch TV, if I ever get to stream again, it's going to be twitch.tv/Hexagrams.
For me, it was actually really fun competing in a tournament for once instead of just casting it. I thought we actually played pretty well with me playing. We beat LG. We came pretty close on Cloud9. We beat them on Kings Row. We probably should have beat them on Hollywood. And Fnatic wasn't as close. But I'm actually pretty happy with how we played. Someone sponsor We United. They deserve it. I got a GosuGamers win. They got 2 GosuGamers wins. Now they're in ESL. I think they definitely deserve a sponsorship. I really enjoyed competing. So Jason Kaplan out there talking some smack earlier in the ESL stream saying I can only play Mercy as well as Shade. By the way, Shade is probably better than you, so I wouldn't be talking too much. But you know what? Hey, watch some games, and maybe you can become a good Overwatch player someday.
All right, so I think... Oh, man. So shots being fired. I will let that stand where it is. I think Slasher was waiting to do that all day. But either way, thank you. My shout-outs will be simple. You can follow me Twitter at TempoZP. Following your favorite casters on Twitter is one of the best ways of showing support. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Melee month after month. It does mean a lot. Overwatch is growing at a great rate. Lots of good games. Can't wait till next month. It's been fun. That was Hex. That was Slasher. and we'll catch you guys next time.